What's up, everyone? Wayne here. We're going to be taking a look at Roma versus Hellas Verona at the Stadio Bentigodi, as well as some score lines around the rest of Serie A, and then the probable formations for this match.
If you like my video, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Thanks!
Napoli doing big things against Sassuolo, 4 goals against the Nero Verdi. It is Osimhen's first hat-trick of his career, and we also see Kvara getting a goal of his own, as well as 2 assists off of there. Then Lecce faced Juventus, losing it late, 73rd minute. 23-year-old who was out on loan last year, Fagioli, to Cremonese. He gets a really beautiful shot out there, a curler to the opposite post. Really just fantastic hit, and that's an intriguing player for Juventus as they are very thin right now, having their own injury crisis. Inter Sampdoria, you can guess the scoreline to this is going to be heavily in favor of Inter Milan, and they score 3. De Vrij starts it off with a corner kick, and he gets a header on that in the 20th minute. Then Barella, he hits a rocket of a shot after this unbelievable control. You've got to see this goal. He's been having a highlight reel of a season so far, which doubled Inter's lead. And then Correa does it all by himself, putting the Sampdoria defenders, pushing them back, creating an angle, and finally sees it, shoots it from outside the box, and Inter win 3-0. Then for Empoli-Atalanta, this team from Bergamo, man, them not having any European play is really helping them a lot fitness-wise this season. And we see them open up the shot with Hatebauer getting on the end of a scramble in front of Empoli's net there. And it comes off of Lookman. Lookman will get his own goal a little bit later for his 5th of the season. Lookman having trouble in the Premier League, but now doing really, really well in Serie A. Elsewhere, Cremonese drew Udinese 0-0, while Fiorentina won at the death. That was from Cabral, who sweeps it up after there's a scramble. And that was a really incredible finish to that one, coming in the 90th minute. So many away fans from Fiorentina. For a second, without seeing the rest of the stadium, I thought it was a home match for Fiorentina. A beautiful one there in La Spezia, which is by Cinque Terre, big popular tourist destination. And Torino takes on Milan at the time of this recording, while Monza and Bologna face each other a few hours after the Roma match. On to Hellas Verona, though. It's 6 successive defeats for them. They're in the relegation spots right now, not looking very good for them. Roma, however, could move to 4th, given the surprise loss, shock loss of Lazio against Salernitana at home. You've got to see these goals. Guess who was on that scoreline? Fazio, yes, Federico Fazio, and Candreva, who had a beautiful cucchiaio, little spoon chip over Provedel, who's been statistically the best keeper in Serie A at this point. And those were unbelievable goals. And then Dia at the end, who I think has been very good, and he sacrificed his body there going into the post. But there is a subplot to this game where Milinkovic-Savic got his yellow card, and that's a very big deal because now he will be suspended for the Roma-Lazio derby on November 6th. So, that's a big, big loss for Lazio ahead of his move to Juventus. Yeah, you heard me say that. I think he's going to be going there come the winter mercato. Salvatore Bocchetti, he took over for Verona about a month ago from Gabriele Cioffi, but even he has struggled. He's got 2 losses, one against Milan, and then a bit of a harder fought one against Sassuolo. So I'm sure he's trying his best. I don't know the quality of Verona's players this year. I wouldn't really rate them. Maybe Ilic, but get this, Verona's going to be without Coppola, Josh Doig, Ivan Ilic, Darko Lazovic, and Hrustic. So a lot of their starting players will actually be out due to injury. And it's not too different for Roma's circumstances. We see Spinazzola, he gets a muscular injury today in training, while Selic should be back on the bench. Matic and Ibanez and Wijnaldum and, of course, Dybala have their injury issues. Matic's hamstring kept him out against HJK last Thursday and is unlikely to be 100%, while Selic could actually be back on the bench after his knee injury, and Roger Ibanez's stomach issues seem to have improved. Hellas Verona, possible starting lineup here. We've got Montipo, Hien, Gunter, Ceccherini. So a starting back 3 is the way that their new manager Bocchetti likes to play. With Faraoni, Tameze, Veloso. Miguel Veloso still playing. Depaoli, Verdi, who Roma fans know well and miss, Henry and Piccoli. So some familiar faces there. While Roma's possible starting lineup looks like Patricio, Mancini, Smalling, and Ibanez. And then I'm thinking Karsdorp, Cristante, Pellegrini, and Vina. I think Vina gets the start on the left with Spinazzola's injury there. So, and I actually have to say that I think Zalewski will start instead of Karsdorp. Reading this preview one more time here. And Camara, I got to say that it's going to look more like Camara, Cristante in the midfield, backing up Pellegrini. Camara is becoming the set starter now with Matic's injuries, and he's proved it. I think even when Matic is 100%, Camara is the starter there. And then Zaniolo, Abraham in front of Pellegrini, who will be supplying them. So it could be a big game for Zaniolo, as he's gonna want to run at these defenders for sure. Abraham gets his goal against HJK, and he could get back to getting a Serie A goal. I think that would mean a lot for him. I think he needs to develop a better relationship with Zaniolo. Those two need to be on better terms. I think Abraham definitely benefits from more structured play, where Zaniolo can also benefit from that, but often is unpredictable in his build-up. And Pellegrini, of course, he is the captain. A lot falls on that when you wear that armband, so he needs to control the team around him, of course, especially with a new face like Camara, who is still integrating. I was reading a pretty good article today about Camara and from Corriere dello Sport and his weight loss. Like, he was put on a regiment before Mourinho would consider him. So he's still, I think, not fully integrated in the team because of that. And I do want to see Pellegrini control everyone. And I'm not talking just from a physical standpoint, but a mental one as well, because there's so much more than just being fit and understanding what your coach wants, but some continuity and some good chemistry within the team. So I'm looking for, especially as the center midfielder, Pellegrini to be that guy who gets everybody together and imposes a harmony around the team, because it really means so much when you have somebody there pulling the strings from that emotional and mental standpoint. So this is a Monday match, and it's early if you're in New York. This is 1:30 p.m. Many of us will miss it. I will be doing a post-match tomorrow, though, for sure. And I have to say Roma takes this one. However, the tricky thing for me here looking at this is, does Roma sit back on a team that I'm presuming is going to want to sit back? Does Mourinho push them a little bit higher? Does he deploy Camara or allow him to get a little bit further up and then use Cristante as like this holding midfielder and then get 4 or even 5 guys into the attack in order to make scoring opportunities? So that's a storyline that will unravel, and I'm intrigued to see that one. Okay, guys, leave your predictions, give it a like, all that. I'm going to go prediction. Roma 1-0. I think it's going to be a little bit closer than we think. And yeah, do I want to go 2-0? I don't know. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Ciao, guys.